Welcome to Chapter 13, Lesson 4. This chapter is continuing with measuring area. And remember, area answers the question, how much space is inside the object? Inside. Whereas perimeter asks how long is the outside of the object. Okay, so I know I keep doing this, but it's because these are very different concepts and you really need to know the difference easily and not get confused. Perimeter, outside, area, inside. Okay, you know that area is the number of unit squares needed to cover a region or figure without any overlap. And I was thinking, do you know what the word overlap means? Overlap means things aren't edge to edge. They cross each other. So it means if you're tiling a section, you're putting squares edge to edge perfectly. You're not letting them share any space. All right. Let's see it in action. So the Perez family wants to put the sandbox shown in their backyard. What is the area of the sandbox? Okay, so area, inside. Okay, inside. All right, so there's two ways to do this. One is just to count, and another is to use the math formula or the math rule. So here's how it would work if we were just counting. So again, you tile the rectangle with unit squares. So you imagine that this lovely sandbox was just, if this was in real life, you could just put squares all down, and I would know that I'm doing 5 feet long, so I'd have 5 squares, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's 10 wide, so I'd need 10 going long ways. All right, so I could put tiles down and measure, and I would know that this would be 1 foot by 1 foot. But they've done that here for us. Okay, so the unit square is 1 foot by 1 foot by 1 foot by 1 foot. Okay, so here's how I could do it. I could count each and every one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But I don't really want to do that because, remember, mathematicians are a bit lazy. So let me think. This is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Okay, count by 5. So it'd be 50. Or I could think about it as this is 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Okay, and it'd also be 50. So either way, I'm coming up with 50 as my answer. So there are 50 unit squares, or 50 square feet. And remember, if we are going to make this short, abbreviated, you could do feet squared, like that. And this little flying 2 means squared. Okay, let's try the other way using the rule, or the math formula. And they're going to tell it to us right here, or down in this lovely purple key concept box. It tells you to find the area of a rectangle, multiply the length by the width. Area equals length times width. Length times width. Okay, let's try it. Let's see if it works. Okay, so our length was 10 feet. Here we go. And our width was 5, so 10 times 5. 50. 50. Oh, and that was our same answer. 50. And why does that work? Well, let's think about it. What did I do here? I did 10, and I did it 5 times, right? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Or here I did 5. How many times? 5, 10, 15, 12. But I did it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. So this way I did 10 times 5, and my first way I counted, I did 5 times 10. So either way, whichever one is length times width, remember it doesn't really matter because I could flip this over. It's going to work. Length times width or width times length finds you the area. Oof, that's so much easier than counting it up in your head all the time. Okay, you can also find the area of a square. Okay, so that was a rectangle. Remember, a rectangle has opposite sides that are equal. So this one is equal to this one, and this one is equal to this one. Opposite sides. But a square has all equal sides. So instead of having to do length times width, length and width are the same. So whatever side this is, so we'll say it's, let's say it's 2. So 2 and 2 and 2. I could do length times width, but with the square, it's just even. So side times side. 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4. Length this way, width that way, length times width. It's still 4. Okay, so let's try it. The area and the measure of one side of the square is given. Find the measure of the missing sides. Okay, well, in a square, everything's even, right? So it'd be 8 over here, 8 over here, 8 over here. So my formula, side times side, or length times width, 8 times 8. Well, 8 times 8 is 64. So 64 meters. The side is not 64 meters. The side is 8 meters. The area would be 64 meters squared. Measure the missing side is 8 meters. So that's another tricky one. I thought it was going to ask what's the area, but it didn't. It asked the missing side. So just have to be real careful when we word problem solve. Okay, they might trip you up. You might think it's going to ask you area, but it might ask you missing side. Okay, so we have to be very careful when we answer word problems. Oh, look at this picture down here of a gymnast. Wow. You know, I've always wanted to do that gymnast thing where they have those cool, like, circle things, and they do all those cool tricks in there. Like, you know, they stand up and they hold it, and then they, like, flip around and stuff. I would have no idea. I don't think I'd be strong enough to actually try it or do it, but I think it would be fun if all of a sudden I had magical arm muscles. Okay, I'll see you in class.